Hello, Antroid here once again, and I'm still playing Amnesia. Now, after there's a couple things very quickly before starting here that came up after I uploaded part 1. First of all, I've been hearing from all sorts of different directions that apparently Amnesia 2 is a bit of a disappointment and doesn't get very scary and is worse than Amnesia 1 in general. And well, I didn't really want to know that, but I suppose it can't be helped. But people really don't spoil anything for me, even like the general public opinion on this game. I'd prefer to not know, to be the most true to my own opinion, I guess, when I actually bother trying to formulate it by the end. And also apparently apparently my constant nitpicking about shit isn't very entertaining. Who would have guessed? Sorry once again, not much experience still on my part with doing this slightly new thing in comparison to stuff like Dark Souls or Might and Magic or Quake or Turok 2 or whatever else I did. Doom stuff. Especially in Doom stuff, half of my purpose there was to criticize level design, but not here. I just want to point out why I nitpick. A little quick thing. The thing is, level designer, I think it's one of the easiest jobs in the industry of pretty much game design, because you have libraries of models, textures and sounds and everything made for you, and you sometimes, quite often, also have directives, so to speak, on how your level should play out and the sort of stuff that happens in it. And if you want to do something new and unique, you just say, animate this for me or make this model for me, and you wait until you get the resources necessary. So the things that the level designer has to do, sometimes they do scripting for the levels, but the most part of the job involves just taking the meshes, the objects, the models, whatever pieces of architecture, and placing them to form a level. Essentially just pretty much constructing a level out of Lego bricks. That's how games work nowadays. And this is the only thing that they have to do. And so when I see like the stuff that I pointed out in the last video, it just screams of them not even giving a shit about the results of... I mean, they know that public doesn't really pay attention if they don't have the eye for that kind of stuff. So, yes, they don't really have a sense of, I don't know, maybe too much self-respect or something, because I don't know, so far from my experience, and I've been encouraged to do that by my superiors pretty much, every single one model I place, I go around it, look completely around it to make sure no invisible polygons stick out, it doesn't clip into anything. So you have to be pretty meticulous about this stuff. And stuff like this here, I don't know how they managed to place these two models and don't see that they clip into each other or produce Z-fighting. I cannot just comprehend. It's like they do close their eyes and just sprinkle the seeds of evil. Well, that went in a new direction. Like they just don't look at what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. So I apologize for being obnoxious about it. I'll try to. I've been already called more annoying than PewDiePie, and in my opinion, that's quite a feat. So that may get me like 3 million subscribers. But I don't know. I'll try. I want to make this a bit easier to watch. So I guess, although that one guy said that it makes him want to kick babies, and I think that's something I want to encourage. So I'll try to make it a bit more pleasant. I'll still point this stuff out, but I won't make a big deal out of it, because you have to understand me why this bothers me so much and annoys me. But I understand it's not very entertaining. But you guy, continue kicking babies like nothing changed. So yes, continue, finally. People have been saying that this game isn't as scary because apparently the inventory has been removed, the oil management has been removed, the sanity effects have been removed, but I'm not really sure. I completely disagree with those changes, because oil management for once was one of those elements that makes you uncomfortable and less willing to play, in my case at least, because I would be constantly afraid of fucking up, not looking at stuff that I want to look at, and running out of oil for later in the game when I might absolutely need to notice something. Inventory management, I think Myst games did just fine without inventory, it wasn't really necessary. Sanity effects were also kind of obnoxious in Amnesia 1 from what I know. There's the roaches and the teeth clanking, chattering, and the very nauseating geometry warping effect. So I think, well, the scariest part about Amnesia for me, potentially, if I played it, would have been running away from monsters and hiding from them. And I think that stuff has to be in here because, I mean, what else can there be in a game like this? And as I said, if this game doesn't end up being a very good update, information is not consistent. If this game doesn't end up to be entertaining enough, I'm going to just pretend it didn't happen and make my official first foray into good horror let's play blind game thing at Outlast. I know I talk shit about Outlast, but I'm willing to bet that it can get probably a bit more tense than Amnesia has been so far. I realize now that my fear of dirt stems from the disease I contracted climbing those closed jungle temples. It is as if those clean places, so free of humanity's filth, imprinted upon my soul and left it fragile to what I find here. So is it dirt as in earth, or is it dirt as in like human waste? Fear is what keeps us all in our places, and the fear of the flesh, the ruin of the flesh, is the greatest of them all. I agree. The thing that unnerves me the most about anything ever is pretty much just injuries, because I always imagine on myself all the injuries, and I can't watch violent movies, although I can play violent games just fine. I am sickened, I am ruined, but I will build such machines to contain this plague and heal us all. A new century is upon us. I hope I'm not supposed to understand what plague he's talking about at this point. Yeah, and also upon rewatching the last episode, I found it kind of funny that this thing, arguably the most startling thing that happened in the whole hour of my gameplay, was the exact moment my webcam turned off due to shortage of the space, and my attention got completely distracted towards that, and I didn't really see what happened with the stairway and whatnot. But as far as I understand, we've been looking for our children. We are slightly insane. That one guy, who I don't think I have had a name for so far, has been calling us, and I called him the professor last time a couple times, but the professor was the auditor, Professor A.
Coach, it's this way.
Slow, coach. So I guess the professor is the auditor that came to audit him, and he is I don't know who, and I am Jack or Mandos probably, from what I can understand so far. And I've been looking for my kids, and now my search has led me into this basement where I am now trapped. Do I have health? Can I get hurt on this team? No, good to know. If I was to nitpick, I'd point out that there is no hole for this team to get out, but that's really minuscule.
The shaking ground you feel is our attempts to clear the flood waters. Treachery, Mandus. We were undone. Your children are trapped by this act. You must find them before it is too late.
What do you need me to do? How can I find them?
Always deeper, Mandus. Through the piston room and into the tunnels. Then find the bilge and flush the rotten water. I will help you where I can. But you must be swift, my little friend.
My little friend? Okay, once again I'll ask the question, am I, as the protagonist, supposed to know who this guy is, and why am I so intent on following his instructions? Because for immersion that's kind of essential information here, to know what's that guy and what I would think about him as my character. Because I mean in Amnesia 1 it was really clear. You remember absolutely nothing, the only thing you go on is that message that says, "Kill Alexander!" And here, well, I am looking for my kids, but who is this guy? And who am I to him? Okay, I thought it looked like something I would be able to pick up, but since we don't have inventories, I guess maybe it's usable later. It's bright, I mean it's obviously an interactive thing. Battery, I presume. Let's see if we need to stick a battery in here somewhere. Slightly lagging. What exactly is going on? Well, I'll just leave it here. If I need it, I'll return for it later. I really have to wonder if I would be more scared if I didn't have any light around me. But I tried to find a weaker light source, and I didn't manage. You probably can see on the bed behind me one of the light sources I tried, and there should be another just off the camera somewhere there, a globe that is illuminated from within, but it was too weak. And am I supposed to know as the protagonist what sort of machine this is and what it does and what not? But I guess maybe it's still Amnesia, maybe we will find out later. Yeah, why is nothing scaring me so far? I think it's pretty easy, because I am probably not as immersed in games at all. Doesn't matter the condition I'm playing in. Am I let's playing or not? Am I recording? Am I playing by myself in the dark or not? I am not immersed to the point where things that would scare me in real life scare me in game. I'm only scared by things that have an impact on gameplay, such as monsters. Maybe jump scares, because they are cheap but effective. So, can I remove some? Well, I should be able, honestly, to remove that bar, but apparently I can't. So, when sinister stuff's happening, I am not really affected by it, I'm not perceptive to it. But if I was fooled to believe that a monster that can kill me if I make myself known knocked down that ball down those stairs and such, I would have been quite a bit more scared. I see. I see what I have to do. Let's just humor them. Saboteur has been there is a saboteur, interesting. Maybe it's myself, maybe I've grown so disgusted by this thing that I sabotaged everything, and that guy who is calling me is luring me into a trap because he knows that I'm going to grow disgusted of this whole thing again. And he can't let me leave. Checking the gates are far too heavy for men to leave, instead hoisted aloft by a chain, coiled around a tube that appears to be spun by motors connected. The fuse is blown. Oh wow, there's more pages. So I don't know what the voice on the phone is. Good to know. That's good, I didn't know that I had gotten other notes here. Good choice, no motives unknown. I think he said that the boys weren't real, like it was, he didn't expect to really see them, but I guess he's crazy enough so that he's desperate. My new friend. Descent begins. So my guess is that he probably worked for that guy in some way, but he forgot. And now he's treating it all as a new discovery. But who are those pages, the diary from? The big low voice guy or me? I have to find a name to call that guy who keeps calling me. What was that phrase? Majestic pineapple, eagle, cactus, something like that. Precious. The ghetto switch. Did I ever go in here yet? Oh. Maybe I didn't even need to carry that thing from... Wow, there's so many of them. The fuses! What am I doing here? I don't think my... Oh, it does reach my lantern. So I can't really see what I'm doing here. Well, that thing lowered. Maybe it's like a stairway to heaven? No! Wrong way. Actually, it appears whichever way I am... Oh no. Like that moon there. It is kind of creepy. But I know that it's not a monster, probably. Like, if your game, unless your game is like so incredibly immersive, absolutely marvelous, you have to get the player scared by the gameplay elements. Make it known and obvious that the monsters are dangerous. Oh wait, right, I can't go here. The monsters are dangerous and they can come at any point, and they can cause all sorts of ruckus and sounds and whatnot. Wait. So does anything actually really happen when that whole thing occurs with the quaking and the shaking? The machines are kind of cool here. I like these old machines, really do. I wonder the whole game instead of one big castle.
Bandaged feet and eyes, small bones in the orchard. I have carried this world on my back with its legs about me. Damn this wretched soul. I am given birth to nothing but machinery.
Okay, that guy sounds like the phone voice. What was I even trying to say? I completely forgot. Probably something really profound. Oh well. I thought maybe this game was going to be like one big steampunk abomination instead of one big boring medieval castle like the first Amnesia. Huh. Oh, so this is like a mechanism probably for the barrels to roll down, and if I manage to free them probably from under there, I'll be able to pass. Cool. I wonder if I would be damaged by the barrels if I stood in their way. No way to find out now. But first I want to make sure that there are no other ways to go here. I cannot, well, I can go here, but there's what looks like a barrel sideways. Maybe it's being filled by blood. Interesting. I think the boards are from Amnesia 1. Oh well. I can't decide if I like these locks all over the place or not, because in the first game there were some completely locked doors, I think, but they were all like some doors in this where you just can shake them a bit, but they don't open. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure I should be doing this, honestly. What was I talking like 5 seconds ago? Ah, yes, the door locks. Well, I guess it's good that they make it obvious when something is completely locked. I can see it from farther away without having to shake it manually. Okay, there's some activity there. And I figured out last time that the weird shape of the lamp is actually the glass distortion effect again, which I didn't notice the overall shape of the glass last time when I was looking outside at those lamps. Anyway, what did this do? I guess maybe something downstairs, because I cannot really see any other way to go up there. So if the monsters happen, I will be probably visibly panicked. Like if I, right like here with this smoke, fog, dust thing, it would be a good opportunity, I think, if I walked here and suddenly like there's a monster standing there. That would be startling and I would be scared, but just random classic horror cliches of shaking, sounds and someone running away or across a corridor in the far, well, like at the end of my vision. That's not the most effective thing. Okay, so this is again probably one of the locked. Didn't notice this part. Let's keep that one door in mind, and this one. Pulling the levers. Feels like I'm reactivating some huge machine that should not ever work again. What? Like here it feels like a monster is going to come out, so I'm slightly maybe getting paranoid. Let's watch. So I guess I do have to go for another fuse. Let me out. Please. Thank you, I was about to complain again. Alright, so can I possibly have a shortcut here? Something tells me that I'm going to come... fuck off, Skype people. That I'm going to come from... Yes, that's nice. Von Reichenbach writes of the Odin Force. Yeah, Odin Force! Whilst the Tignon charlatan Blavatsky pontificated upon the soul. They are both cretins. To think one could strive for such great heights without wading first through puke and inert, without standing upon an architecture of bones. Montezuma was the wiser. But here and now temples of steel I have witnessed the several head of a man. Yes, the severed head of a man recently trampled to death by a runaway carriage, immersed in a solution of the Brennenburg compound. Brennenburg! Eyes to the eyes, not on the tits, I know. Brennenburg compound upon his eyes and cry, "Oh, where are my legs, sir? Where is my body?" Wait! Like a severed head asked that? It's getting interesting. We are breaking through the barriers of death itself. Maybe they like attached the head to some electricity wires and it magically started working again. Oh my dead darling Lily, is it too late for you, but I promise... it is too late for you, but I promise you this, I will save our children from death, and if need be, I will wrench them back from the blackness with this wonderful concoction. So maybe their children are sick. At this point it's getting actually intriguing, because I'm starting to wonder what this machine does, what it is, what it's supposed to be. And other such questions. Maybe it will not be just some random stupid metaphor, maybe it will be an actual interesting thing. Like he was researching some obscure crazy shit to cure something or to bring someone back to life. Or just test the limits of human body and its abilities. Okay, that sound doesn't make me comfortable, because it sounds like a monster at this point. But I can always hide here. If I can hardly escape, that means monsters should be able to hardly get me here, right? Right? Okay, so that opened, but did... where is the stairway down? There was a locked door here that I pointed out before. Man, this game keeps closing doors behind me. It's not very nice. I feel railroaded a little bit.
Follow us, Papa. We know the way.
Right. And these kids, I know that the kids aren't the easiest thing to model and animate, but I think it would benefit from, like, with all the darkness and fog here, whoa. If I would be able to see like one of the kids just standing at the end of a walkway and staring at me, which I wouldn't notice until it started moving, like until it's turned around and ran away, saying something like that, it would be effective. I don't know. I like the Chinese room. I think that's developers of this, that's how they're called. They made Korsakovia and, well, the Arrestor. Didn't care too much for the Arrestor, although the second one, the remake, was really beautiful. But Korsakovia, well, I didn't play it myself, but I watched the Let's Play, and it is like so completely atmospheric, so wonderful. I love that thing. Too bad it's like buggy or something, glitchy and whatnot.
Hold still, for God's sake, hold still, child. Don't let it get into your eyes. I'm gonna rinse it out now. There. It will be fine. You just need to lie down. Enoch, look to your brother. How many times have I told you not to play in the cellar?
So I guess the kids got their comeuppance. Ah, and yeah, I was here before. Right. Yeah, this thing I think I was looking for. It's open now. Cool, cool. And I wouldn't be able to get through here anyways. Accidentally found the way, it seems. What was I even talking about? I keep getting distracted here. I think I was talking about something positive, right?
I told you he'd come.
Yeah, I'm gullible. I would come. Wow. I have amnesia at this point. I have no idea what good and interesting thing I was talking about. Right there. Ah, the Korsakovia, of course, Korsakovia. Also, my guy kinda sounds like a cross between Daniel from the first Amnesia and Christopher from Korsakovia, and I fucking love the voice actor for Christopher and Korsakovia. It's wonderful. Just give it a watch through on some channel when it's like a late evening but you don't feel sleepy and you feel like you probably won't sleep and have to kill some time. Find a Let's Play or walkthrough of Korsakovia, preferably like not some blind one. I don't think there even are blind ones, but a finished one. There's one finished one with subtitles for all the dialogue, and it's wonderful. I promise that, well, I don't promise, whatever. People seem to not like it as much as I do, but it's so freaking atmospheric for me. I love the thing. I cannot say it enough.
Extraordinary, quite extraordinary. And you built it all. Good God, man, you have been busy.
It is wonderful how tragedy focuses the mind. What else was I to do? Fall into grief, pine, and fade in my hopelessness? Why not then simply die in that jungle amongst those dead temples?
Huh. Soundforge. So our phone voice is the one who went into the jungle, into the temples, but are the journals from him? Because I think the journals were talking about the kids also. Oh no, one of the journals mentioned Jack and his kids. I feel like I should probably reread the journals, but I won't do that. Well, let's just quickly look through. So this very first journal, it's, well, maybe Jack, as in me or Mandos or whatever I am, traveled with that guy, but why would this document be from him and the others from that guy? Because all the others are that guy who built the machine and whatnot, and the voice, and the kids aren't his, they aren't supposed to be his, I think. But this thing, this first entry here, makes it sound like the kids are his. I don't know, I'm confused. Maybe I'll find out by the... Well, I'm sure I'll find out by the And ooh. Now this looks even more like the main menu place. Damn, rotate, you piece of crap. Or isn't not supposed to? Can't I close it behind me? I guess not. Maybe let's pull this first. Okay, so what's the deal here? No. Okay, good. I was afraid I'd need to adjust these four knobs. Fuck off, whatever, whoever you are. Hippocat! Or maybe it's long cat. Aha! Oh wow. I'm trapped. Now, whoa. See, with the level of technology these guys possess for their monster AI and whatnot, this place here makes me absolutely certain that no one's going to get to me in any way. Because their monsters would be able to get over the railings. And this is the sort of stuff that ever so slightly decreases your immersion when you know these kind of things and have them in the back of your mind. Okay, so I suffered through that operation. Can I open the door now? Oh, I guess it's like a forced what's that shower thing that clearing, I don't know. I don't quite remember how that procedure is called when sanitariness needs to be preserved between like some lab and the outer world. But this is like one of those procedures, only one I have to control step by step myself, like the pilot booting up the plane. What's this now here? Why am I suddenly in the house? At least it does have terrible skybox. You know, I can probably let slide all of the things I said last time, except for the fucking skybox. That was horrible. Wait, what? Flood research emergency shutdown in place. And by flood I mean flood. Ooh. So wait, am I in this house right now? Did I go like do and back up? Or no, this is not an underground house, it's just lower. And there we have some pigs. Tasty. These things look like giant freaking mutants connected to pipes that feed them. They cannot move or do anything, they just are fed some disgusting slosh and then produce some other disgusting slosh because they're like bio whatever processors. A crazy lady again. Good. So I already forgot what the guy told me to do to fix up the machine and get my kids back. Is there a point in opening all the drawers in this game? Don't spoil it for me. Also, I wonder if I do this all the time when I play, probably the point of the camera kind of disappears. I'll try to adjust over the course. I shouldn't really expect, although I will be slightly disappointed if this Let's Play goes like unnoticed by anyone ever except the guys who already watch my videos. But I guess it was a bit naive to expect my first blind Let's Play of a horror game with a webcam to be like a success and be completely fine, though technical aspects and whatnot. We'll get there, I'm slowly getting into this whole thing. Like, I have a lot of hard drive space for some reason right now. I have money to buy new games on Steam as they come out. I probably have money to buy better equipment for all this shit. So I guess if I don't lose the passion or the motivation. I'll keep doing Let's Plays, and I'll be doing Let's Plays of new games like, well, I said at some point, Might and Magic X, Dark Souls 2, Doom 4, whatever man can dream. Whatever comes out which I would like to play, I'm going to record it, I guess. I have to train myself not to completely ruin my own immersion while recording a Let's Play. So it's nice to know that at least the guy is making a bit of sense in these notes. He's actually questioning things that I would question in his position. You know what it sounds like? Well, another crazy idea here, like I am the exact guy that's calling, and these are all pre-recorded messages, and somehow drinking an amnesia potion also changing my voice.
I have such visions to share with thee, if my jaw be unshackled and you harvest the crust from my eyes. Make me dream madness, that my thoughts and words can unfouled be.
Maybe he's locked up in some machine that keeps him alive. Ooh. And I really can't wait to find out answers to what the hell is everything about here. Hopefully I will have some satisfying answers and not just like a mystery that I could completely like complete in my own head for myself. Ew. Someone really liked that one painting. Okay, this is getting kinda sinister. Is there like some background music there on top of like this thing recorder? No, it's just all in the recorder. Nice. Can't say I'm really like unnerved by, but this woo thing kind of creeps me out. You know, the single creepiest audio recording, or just pretty much audio of any game, was one of the recordings from Thief 2, where the main antagonist, I don't remember his name or anything, I just watched Let's Play a long time ago, he had these machines that record sound, and he was testing one, and there was a test recording, and it basically consisted of him really silently and quietly, and not really easily to like completely understand what you hear. Someone in the background was saying, like mumbling, testing, and it sounded more like and there was also like a woman crying somewhere a bit farther away, like in a corner. And when I heard that, I was creeped out legitimately, even though it was a Let's Play, because I imagined like it was a recording of some really crazy thing, like some creature brought upon by either dark magic or, I don't know, horrible experiments, that for some reason, and this absurdity of it, I guess it's just like a dream-like quality of this idea that creeped me out. That creature was probably like looking at this woman hiding, sitting in a corner like this, crying. They was looking at her from across the room and just like singing and making the same sound, like and I know I make it sound kind of dumb, right, like here, but someone on the forum suggested at first that he was saying repent, and not testing. So there was some creature who would just kind of sit, I don't know, look at you like this creepily. Yeah, I just want to check out how I look at the feed, so I make an accurate face. Something like this, and they look at you from the darkness in the other corner of the room, just stare at you, make sure that you know that it knows about you and sees you, but it keeps mechanically just saying something like repent. I don't know, that was really creepy for me. And also in the quick look, the giant bomb quick look of Outlast, there was the guy went into a room with some people sitting and watching like some projector or something, and a really creepy chorus like sound, like many people at once just going ooh or something like that. happened there. And this was also a good thing there on the gramophone. You know what I should have done? I should have probably, as I always forget to do, measured when I started recording, so I know how long I've been recording. We integrate the very latest knowledge of chemistry using low levels of allodenum derivative in feed to subdue the product even before the initiation of the process. This means that when we drag them from holding pens onto the line, they are less likely to panic and damage machine components, other products, or themselves. So I guess it is a machine for people. This section of the belt is sheathed in rubber and kept well lit to maintain good speed. Good luck. And we have actually found that the intelligent placement of gramophones and simple acoustic amplification tubes around the line means we can use music to further soothe the product. We find the bossy particularly effective in this regard. Okay, so they're making hot dogs, like in that one mission of GTA 2. I'm not kidding, that one was my favorite mission in the whole GTA 2. I would just input the cheat that lets me go into the third part of the town right off the bat. I would go to the Russians and I would just do that mission over and over. I don't know, for some reason I really liked doing that mission. I don't think that speaks good things of me. Thank you. Also, I'm kind of still looking for parallax. I think I have it on. Let's quickly check advanced options. Wasn't there a parallax somewhere in here? Yeah, parallax. High is very demanding, but I don't have high or low. I have on and off, whatever. You know, in Series M3 parallax is magnificently beautiful, but I haven't seen it here so far. I haven't noticed it, at least. And also I can safely say that at least the environments... Oh, that's subtle, that cross here before the moon. Cool. The environments in here seem to be more interesting than Amnesia 1. I always thought that the castle just isn't scary because it's... Like, as I said to someone over Skype, people were scared of castles when people were believing in vampires and shit. Also, I guess this pig is from Amnesia 1. They just loved the model so much. They wanted to make a whole game centered around it. Can't really throw it. Ah, wanted to pick this up too. Oh well. So yeah, I don't know. People say that Amnesia 1 is like the most scary game in existence. I guess it's unfortunate that I missed out on it. Watched Let's Plays before even being able to play it. Is this honestly going to, or is it not, just not going to turn on? Because these look like the doors that I heard. Oh, wait. Ah, no, it's not those doors. They just look like those. Okay, whatever, never mind. So, where are the monsters? If this pig was even slightly alive, it's not anymore. Like, I'm just waiting for the monsters, most of all, because that'll probably bring all the fun elements, like hiding your lamp or hiding in cupboards. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay, gotta check that door first to make sure that there is no like room with optional stuff, although there probably isn't optional stuff in this game. Well, apart from the notes. Imagine they say a machine one day that might think like a... Oh, maybe they were making that. As if this is to be desired. Actually, I read the book not too long ago about, like, is it possible to make a computer that thinks like a man? The book was mostly about how brain works, but it said that, yeah, it's possible to make a computer. A completely different technology than computers of nowadays. and not even like neural networks in the traditional sense, but it is theoretically possible to make a machine that would think. One might almost boast of creating a man who breathes like a pig, don't they anyways? Men and women upon all fours, rotting carelessly, ejaculating their filthy little missives into the streets. Alleys and gutters running freely with a careless spill of their conjoinings. Someone is excited about this stuff. The air thick with the whimperings of lust. Bodies streaked with their own emissions. Wow, stop fantasizing. We have created a world where man is so utterly debased he will spray his seed over passers-by, and yet this is the condition Babbage aspired to. No, this is not the machine we seek. Such an entity should be nothing less than a deity, and the Deus Ex, and we would fall upon our knees and worship it. We shall not carve gods to bicker and fornicate. They will exist to clean the world and set us free. I reject Babbage as I reject these men of government. Let the pigs copulate in the gutters whilst they can. We shall scoop them up and ease their ascension soon enough. So maybe they were making a whole machine that would somehow use all the people of the world. Cannot save you now, bacon. And you know what, I'm kind of tired of speculating. Because with every note my opinion and my ideas change. Like real science. But yeah, I'm noticing again and again that I'm doing this. And hopefully it wasn't too much. Did I go through there at one point? I don't think so, I don't remember seeing this. Oh, I did manage to get up here. Oh well. I hope I wasn't talking about anything before, because I'm not remembering anything, any like train of thought. So maybe these are those doors. Remember the set of doors behind which some sounds could be heard? Now this is more like it. I was hoping that I wouldn't be limited to just a little courtyard for the entire outside portion. Like the trailer made me think it was like almost a Thief quality town segment. And this industrial complex like compound here is good enough for me. I like industrial compounds. How in blazes are we supposed to meet these damned schedules if even the basic equipment we are provided with simply will not perform its designated function? This cursed newfangled trucks will only run a fraction of the distance my old nag managed before running out of stinking gasoline. The gaffer, I don't like the font, says it's fine and there's plenty of pumps to refill them outside the factory walls, but you end up dragging a blessed tank from the truck to the nearest one to refill it, and the one in the storeroom is empty again. I wonder if I'll have to at one point carry tanks of oil. I can't be turning. It reminds me of Dishonored with the like really subtle tutorial about the whale oil containers. Can't be turning that crank handle all day only to find the tank is empty, so I'm gonna have to turn the crank. Well, sod it, says I. You told them. Enough for a night, and to my bed I go. It's not like anyone needs access to the bleeding graveyard anyway. Harry, if you get this, I'll meet you in the Damson Templar for a jar. Okay. Okay.
Come on, Papa. Let's climb this one. I can see more pictures at the top.
What, the pipes or the church? My neck is kind of sticking. Oh, so this is. It would be humorous if I needed to like move this truck out of the way here. I wonder if that's what's going to happen. I don't see any intractable points, but then again, this looks like somewhere I could probably deposit a barrel of fuel. That guy doesn't know how to park. He deliberately chose the whole street and parked in front of the gate, motherfucker. Ah. Should be able to move those barrels. I don't need to move those barrels, apparently. Okay, I'll postpone going into there for a while. Let's see if there's... Like these areas, there should definitely be someone just like sitting there doing something, or maybe someone would walk across, or maybe like look at me subtly from a window. But maybe that wouldn't fit the general idea for the game, I don't know. I kinda want to make a horror game myself at some point also. I want to make all sorts of games. Like, depending on what I'm playing at the moment, I find myself wanting to make a Dark Souls type game, a Quake type game, a horror game. This map does not help me in the slightest. Ah, okay. Okay, so do I really just bring this crate to the truck? I guess the guy cranked some thing for a while. Maybe there's enough fuel to move like meter. Go in there! What? You should totally go in there. That's good enough. Let's go. Another pig head, only just noticed. Wait a second, so what, am I completely mistaken? Well, I can't get in here. Ah, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I saw anywhere, but is there a fuel pump somewhere before? I didn't see any fuel pumps. Do I have to go all the way back here? Maybe there's a fuel pump here. No, I doubt there would be a fuel pump so far back. Although, who knows? Oh! Well-made game, everyone. Well-made game. And the well-made skybox too. Intriguing. I'm glad that happened. My complaining is a bit justified now. So let's see again. I wanted to look around that room for maybe a fuel pump. I'm gonna have to cut so much out. Well, this time I didn't fall through the geometry. Good to know. This really so far back? Wow. I would have well, to be fair, this game does close up all the doors where I don't need to go back, so I guess maybe it's not unexpected to have it so far. I'll probably have cut some of my attempts out here, but I was pretty much just pulling the lever around and around and inserting this thing in different ways and trying to go into the dumbwaiter back there and maybe get in there myself or just close its doors or something. Okay. Good thing I just randomly decided to read that note. I mean, to just press the button to see if I had any notes, because I didn't see the icon. I didn't notice the icon for new notes. Yeah, haha. Okay. No one here. There's no one here. Shit. Fucking hell. Phew. I was probably looking slightly worried here, but this was the first actually, yeah. Well, not this intense, but kind of intense. Like when I went up there, I thought, no, damn it, fuck, I wanted to go into that window because the monster probably wouldn't be able to follow me through the window, but I already went the wrong way. Oh! Missed a whole lot of notes. I need to pay more attention to that corner of the screen wherever the thing. Also, how did the guy see that it was part man, part something? I'm going to calmly drain it all. Now, yeah, this of course I'm slightly upset that the game that I chose to like be my first horror game isn't the most horror-y of games, but playing a game that is supposed to scare but kind of fails to do so encourages me to think of how I would scare people in a horror game if I made one, and it's just interesting to think about, even if I never get around to doing that. Because these days people rely on pretty much jump scares and just darkness and whatever randomness. Yeah, now it's all automatic and whatnot. So now this probably will do something and I have to get away from... Oh, it goes backwards. That's good too, I guess. So I have no idea how much time I have been doing this since I've cut out some of... Well, I haven't cut out, but I'm going to totally cut out some of my
Come and see. Will it
stuff.
hatch? Can we take it home?
Yes, my darlings. Of course we can take it home.
Is it the stone egg? Uh-huh. I wonder if this is close to how those monsters are going to look. Huh. Huh. Missing floor, that's cool. Oh shit. Oops. We sit here, I remember, we sat in our black and we mourned and we prayed and we bowed our heads, how I hated God then, how I spurned him. If this is our Lord, this pig who robs me of my wife, then I refute his embrace. I will carve a new God for us all. Such madness, such a fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed, but even here I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. So wait, maybe that Jack guy that was mentioned with his kids was maybe another person with other kids, because here it makes it once again, I want to say that the same person built the machine who had Lily a wife and Enoch and whatever the other guy was kids. So we are probably playing as him or someone who thinks as him, because he is looking for those kids right now. But our voice doesn't sound like the voice of that one man who I suspected in the recordings who was the builder of the machine, because he was like an engineer or something. So something does make sense. I hope it's not me completely misinterpreting or misunderstanding stuff. I hope it's just intentionally slightly vague and I will find out the answers by the end of the game. This kind of seems like the good point to stop, but I don't want to stop. Still the cupboards are locked. I probably won't be able to hide in one. Twin candles bent to the will of the central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, one, probably not I, thought could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them. A shepherd indeed. I have no idea what this is talking about, but this sounds like maybe a hint to a puzzle. Can I rotate these candles? No? No. So it was some saint or maybe some figure and candles, or something pointing to the lighting the corners or whatnot. I will get it if I see a puzzle with candles, I guess. Gah! Stop the music, I wanna really listen to the recording. I'm going to remember that there's a candle here. They flock to us now where once I had to walk amongst them to bring salvation into their lives, now drawn by warmth of winter, by the food that Mandos distributes. Wait, it does say whose journal... Found documents. So no, the default aren't Father Jeremiah's. Worship him, he will not allow them to work in his factories, claiming that his workforce are specially trained for the new machinery he uses, and that it would be irresponsible, nay unethical, to risk such precious lives. As he sees it here. Changed man since Mexico, it is to be praised that in the face of such appalling tragedy and from the confines of his sickbed, as he is often chained to, he conducts one of the greatest and most benevolent charities in all of London. Not content with the rise to become the dominant food produce business in the land, he distributes his goodwill, his fares to the poor, and they congregate about his kingdom in gratitude. Little do they know that he is feeding them, their friends. Probably. Okay, so the music stopped. There's a candle here, which I'm going to remember just in case I need one for a puzzle later. Oh, is that guy? That guy? I wonder if PewDiePie called this guy. I don't remember how he called. I don't really watch PewDiePie. He's obnoxious, but I wonder if he noticed this thing and called it out. Now, if I wasn't so disgusted by the mainstream blind horror let's players, I would just watch to see if they indeed pretended to be scared by anything up to this point.
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity. One of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
That's reasonable. So, I'm kinda curious if other blind let's players who usually overact in their let's plays and act all scared and terrified of everything, if they sincerely tried to act terrified of something so far in the game. Or if they were just as boring as this. I don't know. I'm not really willing to force myself to watch other let's plays to find that out. The only blind horror let's player that I really like and watch is Fel, I think it's 4 L's. That guy is great. I mean, he's genuine in his reactions and whatnot. He's not obnoxious and, well, I just can't say a bad thing about him, just only good things. Everyone go watch him at least. Okay, so no items on the benches. Apart from some useless, utterly useless books. I just don't want to miss any notes. So I have like several theories for the machine. One is that it makes food from people. Two is that he attempted to make some sort of Deus Ex Machina. And maybe three, that he attempted to make a machine that would help sick people, or I don't know, cure someone from some disease or bring someone back to life. Also, they really like pigs here apparently. Okay. And I probably got to bring some picture in here too. I see, so, well, I didn't see any pictures. Maybe there's one here. And then probably this thing is going to work. So let's run back to that room and get that candle. Wow, if I didn't accidentally stumble upon that, I would be so lost and upset right now. Good thing I'm so attentive. But then I'm going to have to walk around here looking for the picture again, because I didn't see it anywhere first time. Or maybe it's fine just like this. Man can hope. A man can dream. Oh well. Don't think I missed anything on the seats, so jump, motherfucker. Yeah, this game probably made some Let's Players slightly uncomfortable, and that they're, I don't know, maybe they don't even think about it, but essentially there's a choice of just looking like a huge tool and pretending to be scared, or making a series of boring videos with no reactions to anything, because there's nothing to really react to so far. Like, if I was myself from the day before yesterday, I would react that this box is clipping through this box. You see right here, and here and here. But I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. I don't know, I really believe that it could be interesting for people who don't notice those kinds of things ever, anywhere. It would be interesting to see them as pointed out by someone who has such an eye for them as me. I mean, I'm not really boasting here, but that's probably my strongest point. Noticing like these little things that level designers miss, or modelers in some cases. Maybe I can put the bear on that place. Can't really throw it. But what reason would they have to allow me to carry this one bear? Well, I wasn't honestly expecting... Oh, wait. Fuck me. I'm gonna cut that out again. Dark contraption. I wonder if someone's going to come. Please let a monster really actually show itself before I end this let's play. I mean this episode. Ooh. Kinda cool. Shit. And this is where I get slightly nervous. Although kinda makes it look like there's not going to be anyone here because it's so tight.
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
Did they really just pick up a shell and thought it was a stone egg? Nope, you do not do that, my lantern. What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? Frankenstein's monsters. I doubt I will ever be found, yet I leave you this. Scrolled in the malodorous half-light whilst my tormentor shuffles below my fellow prisoners skin and squeal in the gloom, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage, that signifies it is finally my turn to make a dark journey into the interior. A prisoner here would probably not be so articulate. Well, I would if I could. I heard a voice saying something and it almost sounded Russian, like "Prosto something something maля maля." Dude, sucks to be you. Now if that thing actually ran at me here, that would have been fucking scary as shit. Especially since this lantern is blinking like that. And like it would go dark and the second it goes back to brightness, the pig is like in my face. That was a good opportunity. But why does every game do this? Someone runs across here like this. It's never scary. You always know that it's scripted and not dangerous to you. Oh, maybe hiding place? See what I'm? Well, I probably don't. You don't see what I'm pointing at, but there's this thing goes through that thing, and that's stupid. Okay, I don't think I can really go in there, which is a pity because it would have been a cool hiding. You know? For some reason, from my dreams, I have nightmares, not too often, but sometimes, and they're memorable. And a lot of my nightmares revolve around hiding in some sort of really confined, like, or sometimes in an apartment, sometimes in a car, sometimes just in a random room. And there's a lot of like ways everywhere in there where something really bad can crawl through to me. And the scary part in those kind of dreams is always just making sure everything is safe, barricading every little window, passage, locking all the doors. And then there's like this shared sense of absolute safety, like when I'm sure I locked everything and I just sit like, haha, you can't get me now. And still the worry that I miss some little place or that thing is just going to stalk around and I can't keep sitting in this place forever. So if I was making... That looks suspicious. If I was making a scary game, I would try to implement an element of hiding, and not only hiding, but barricading yourself so that someone cannot get to you. You know, I think one of the scariest nightmares I had was like, almost it was like Doom 3 in a slightly more System Shock 2 style of environment, I think, meaning like corridors and rooms at the sides, like the office. I think there was some office complex style place in Doom 3 that looked like that, was structured like that. And I was hiding in these offices, like sitting under the windows so that demons lurking about the base couldn't see me. And this seems like the scariest idea for a game that I can think of. There's just like a big open environment with enemies randomly patrolling that you cannot really defeat in any way. And you have to hide from them and barricade yourself in case if they see you and do similar things, but that probably requires some advanced AI pathfinding and whatnot. I'm constantly afraid of going somewhere where I can't get out from, because this seems like the game where something like that would have been left in. Also, I wonder if there is a monster around here. I could probably hide there and would be completely safe. Also, if any of you remember Doom 1 well enough, I think it was a map, well, I mean E1M5, which had you'd go in a big room with acid, like the floor would rise from the acid alongside the edge of the room. You would go there and then approach, I think it was a yellow key and a window into a room with a lot of monsters in there. And I always felt really safe because the monsters couldn't get through that hole. Fuck. No, it's worse, it's much worse. Shit! Fuck, I have like goosebumps now. Okay, I'm probably didn't look very scared here, but I legitimately had goosebumps on my legs and whatnot. I was scared. That was good. But I wonder if I'm completely safe here. Too bad if I save and quit, I probably won't resume from here. I probably resume from somewhere else. Okay, this is going to be... I'm not sure if this guy can get me here, but I'm going to at least try and get a good look at the monster before ending this episode. Hey! Come and get me! Loser! Fat ass loser idiot. But I'm probably fucked, because I mean if I try to get out from here, he's gonna get me. Unless he gives up. You know what? I think I'm going to preserve this great moment because, yeah, oh, he left. And now I know that he's kind of blind. Maybe there's like an invisible wall he can see through in here. But he didn't really seem to notice me until he was right here and rubbed practically his face in me. Okay. Now this, I wish this kind of thing happened in the first video, because this was legitimately a slightly chilling moment here. I really had goosebumps. I felt like legitimately scared, and more scared that I would be in just a video game situation of like in Dark Souls when there's a dangerous situation. I remember I had encounters with stray dogs in the woods near my home 2 times. And when I was running from them, which I successfully did both times, thankfully, when I was running from them, I had this kind of fear, like, this was the feeling, this thing here, when I realized that it wasn't scripted sounds and it was legitimately someone really walking, like, that was scary, and I'm fucking glad. If the game manages to keep up this sort of thing, this is going to be fun. But I'm slightly... I don't really want to play this anymore, so I will have this as an excuse to switch off the... Can he see me without my lamp? Yes, he can. So I guess maybe having the lamp out isn't really... Oh, fuck! I wonder if it works like... fuck you! Why can you suddenly hit me? I wonder if it works like in Amnesia 1. I heard that like if you die to a monster, the monster disappears from the game forever, or something like that. I'm not going to die to this guy. I'm going to save and exit. Until next time. Next time I'll be able to get back into this game, knowing that I'm in a place where there's monsters, and that made me scared, genuinely scared, despite me being in a slightly lit room and recording a let's play. And I'm optimistic, although it's slightly unfortunate that the first episode was completely without any redeeming features. Like, my nitpicking was apparently really obnoxious, and the camera angle was slightly dumb, and nothing interesting happened. But, well, I don't know. I am disappointed that the let's play wasn't really good from the start, but I think at least I am getting slightly sucked in this game, because now I know I'm going to be, next time I start this, I'm going to be looking forward to the game, because I know that immediately, as soon as I continue, shit is going to get freaky, and that's great. But for now, I guess this is goodbye. I think I'm going to make a note in like a description or an annotation in the first video saying that by the end of episode 2 he gets scared, and he'll probably get scared afterwards, because this can't be the only monster in the game, right? Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, for now, goodbye. See you next time in the next part, which is probably, unless something goes awry and mathematics change, which is going to be part 3 of Let's Play Amnesia Blind, completely Amnesia 2, Machine for Pigs, completely blind by Antroid. See you next time, thank you for watching. I am really tempted to say like, leave a fav, comment or subscribe in the comment section below. Only in parody though, only in parody. Although I would appreciate it if you like said you found your million friends and you told everyone to watch my videos, I would appreciate it.